This is gonna be a relatively short spiel. I just want to start making it a point to get my thoughts out when I see things that provoke thought. I may go in depth at a later date, but for now, let's get to it. Lil Wayne took to Twitter to say the following: "It's truly a humbling experience when events like Coachella and the Grammys come around, and like clockwork, I'm uninvited and uninvolved. I appreciate my position or space I hold in your heart and mind, if so, because you're the humbling experience that's timeless, and for that I thank you. I ain't shit without you." So it got me thinking. I don't disagree with Wayne, but why is this the case? And that thought led me to, has Wayne ever been the man in hip hop? So what do I mean by that? Wayne's introduction into the industry was via Birdman and Cash Money Millionaires circa 1997. Wayne was all of 14, 15 years old, might have been younger. Wayne and Birdman would go on to spend the next, let's say 10 years at least, reminding us that Wayne was the son, Birdman was the father. Going as far as to release a studio album in 2006 titled Like Father, Like Son. I won't harp on this too long, but you will find countless interviews, documentaries, excerpts, music, and everything else under the sun to reinforce this point. Let's fast forward to 2008. Wayne releases the Carter 3. Lollipop went #1. A Milli went crazy. The Grammy showed him a lot of love for that album. I mean, the run Wayne went on from 2008 to 2012, even after his stint behind bars. Because remember, he had to go sit down for damn near a year. He came home, dropped 6 foot, 7 foot, dropped Carter 4, continued his run like nothing happened. This run I'm briefly detailing is the closest we get to Wayne being the man in hip hop. And it didn't go uncontested. Jay-Z was still Jay-Z. I mean, he's still Jay for real in the 2020s. So leading into the 2010s, he was still adapting, evolving, and making Wayne work for that spot. Kanye was climbing the ranks as the biggest artist in the world. Then you had this slew of newcomers that probably made the biggest impact on hip hop that we'd seen since the early 2000s. Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, Big Sean, Meek Mill, Wale, hell, even Rick Ross was hitting his stride. If you know, you know. And let's not forget Nicki Minaj, right? Despite all of that, Wayne was an undeniable standout. The numbers don't lie. 1 million in the first week is not a stat many rappers have under their belts. But just as soon as he's getting into that pocket, his 2 Young Money artists are becoming 2 of the most important artists in hip hop, Drake and Nicki. Pink Friday was 2010. Take Care was 2011. Whether we realized it or not at the time, there was so much going on during Lil Wayne's best years. I do believe these factors made it difficult for Wayne to gain his footing and establish himself the way Jay did in the early 2000s and the way Drake did in the 2010s. That's just from a music standpoint. Let's look beyond him being a music artist for a second. Young Money became one of the labels that will go down in history, right? No dispute there. But what was the biggest challenge Wayne faced as the founder of this label? Go do your Googles. But many of us know it was a years-long battle with Birdman and Cash Money over everything from royalties to creative control. If not for Drake and Nicki's unyielding reverence to Wayne, we just might have written this label off as merely an extension of Birdman and Cash Money. And quiet as kept, some people still do. I believe it was Rory and Maul that discussed this on their podcast, or maybe back when they were at the JBP. But I feel like Wayne even staying under that Cash Money umbrella and dubbing his label Young Money is still him positioning himself as the boy in a grown man's game. Then by 2020, Wayne turns over all of Young Money's catalog, including masters, to UMG, which I think made practical sense. but we know how profitable ownership can really be, right? So when that light goes out musically, as it does more often than not for so many artists, what has Wayne done outside of music to solidify his legacy and impact? Kanye saw how thick that competition was around that time I spoke about earlier, 2008 to 2012, and he started positioning himself to go the Yeezy route, which led to him becoming a billionaire. He technically never has to touch a mic again on some Rihanna shit. But ironically, anytime he does, he brings the city out. Look at what he just did this year at SoFi Stadium. He's done Coachella several times, and it's surprising he hasn't done a Super Bowl halftime show yet. I personally believe now would be as good a time as ever, but we know why that may not happen. Jay-Z is one, if not the greatest, most savvy businessman we've ever seen in hip-hop. Drake is Drake in music. Forget hip-hop. Drake is Drake in music. His catalog and overall impact ensures he never really has to extend beyond music to cement himself in all of this. So again, in comparison to his peers, where has Wayne positioned himself? I think there has to be some accountability on his part as to why he is overlooked in a lot of these spaces. He's played small in rooms where he should have taken advantage of being one of the greatest rappers to ever touch a microphone. Young Money being one of the biggest opportunities in my opinion. My attitude would have been, I ain't young no more. I'm that dude. I've reached heights most of hip hop has never reached. I saw potential in artists that went on to become two of the biggest, most impactful artists of the 2010s. Nah, ain't nothing young about my money no more. I believe he had the foresight to see what Nicki and Drake could bring to music, but lacked the foresight to position himself to really be the man. And maybe he just lucked out, because take a look at the rest of Young Money's roster. I don't think a lot of them were worth the investment. Tiger was cool, but Lil Twist, I think he even had a few other female artists. Couldn't tell you their names if I tried. So that's my quick deep dive on that there. I don't mean this to be a dig at Wayne by any means, because another angle I neglected to touch on is the Lil Russell angle, about the substance in Wayne's music or the lack thereof. He received a lot of heat for that, but I had come to that realization myself many, many years ago. And despite that, I still recognize Wayne as a king in rap, because I know music enough to know, substance or not, a regular human being, a regular rapper, cannot piece together words the way Dwayne Carter can. I said cannot, meaning even if they tried, they would be unable to. So that shouldn't be taken lightly. I really just think it's unfortunate the way Wayne's career has panned out. Yeah, I'm gonna put a pin right there. Thank y'all for watching. I will be a lot more active on music topics right here at AI by TC Studios. Y'all comment your thoughts, share this video, like it, subscribe to the channel. Oh, what are my manners? I forgot to introduce myself. The name is Deuce, and this is Real Rap with DJ Deuce.